Beinahe wäre ich geflüchtet, wenn du so weitermachst. Haha. So we decided to have one speech in German and one in English. And this speech doesn't really concern you, but also concerns you. But it concerns everybody that didn't turn up today, because I actually would want to see many, many more people here for such an important protest. Sometimes I feel like Switzerland is like, living in Switzerland is like sitting on a sofa. It's very comfy, it's very warm. You know about all the injustices around the world, and you talk about it, but you still feel very comfortable. It's like you have it all in your head, but not enough seen to get up and get active. That's kind of upsetting sometimes. Switzerland is a very cozy country, for sure. But also Switzerland needs to act more. Everybody in Switzerland needs to act more. And although we have all the information, for example, about animal cruelty, about climate collapse, fucking collapse, we still don't do enough. Like, we don't realize it's our planet, it's our home that's burning. But if you look close, you can see it everywhere. You can see it in every bee that dies, in every glacier that melts, in every polar bear that's not gonna have a baby again. And that's all about your home. It's an emergency. It's in everyone that dies, in every animal that suffers, there is the signs of emergency. It's there for everybody. Also for us, also for all of you here. There is one planet, and there's a lot of different species, but there's only one species that fucked the whole planet up, and that's us. That's human species. And there's only one species that can restore it. So we really need to keep running and pretend, no, not pretend, realize that it is an emergency situation. I know you all know that, but it still has to be said. It's there now, it's everywhere, but it doesn't have to be there tomorrow, because there's all of you, and all of you, every single one, can make a difference. It doesn't need everybody on this planet, but it needs you, and it doesn't need you just once a year marching, it needs you every day, unfortunately. If you really want it. That's, of course, if you really want to end the exploitation and the suffering, and maybe even rescue the planet. It's not enough to complain. You need to get up and act. Not only once, but every day. If you want to make Switzerland fur-free, then you have to take action, like you would do in an emergency. What you want is no more suffering, no more human suffering, no more animal suffering. What you need is persistence and good strategies. That's all you need. It's not done only by focusing on consumers, like Merit said earlier. It's done by targeting those who do the exploitation, especially in fur farming. We need to close them fur farms down. We need consumers to stop them buying fur, but we need to close the farms down. When will farms close? Either by political decision, but also when they get tired of you standing there every day, calling them every day, whatever. Make a good plan, make them tired. They will want to give up eventually. We have seen many examples in history. Or if the shops, like in Zurich, don't buy their fur anymore. That's also when farms close down. So the shops in Zurich are a good target, an everyday good target, not a once in a year target. So what you need is a committed group of persistent people. Like when you want to reach any other goal, what you have when you want to get somewhere is persistence. You won't give up until you get there. You will never give up. If you believe in it, and if you really want to get there. So do you really want to make Switzerland fur-free? Yeah! Yay, that's what I want to hear. Sometimes it's hard. It might be a bumpy road. There might be fallbacks, there might be stresses that you hadn't expect, but always focus on the target and then get out and go there. Because I can promise you, making Switzerland fur-free really, really is possible. It's not the hardest goal we can set. We have a lot of other goals still for the animals and for the planet, but making Switzerland fur-free is possible if you really all want it. Yeah. What counts is only that you believe in it, that you organize, and that you don't give up. It's like acting in an emergency. Imagine a house is burning. What do? Yes, you. Do you talk about education and learning? Or do you run into the house to rescue even the smallest mouse? Do you ask while the house is in flames, who lives in it and what are their names? Or do you act and save as many as you can, be it a woman, a cat or a man? Do you plan while the house is on fire, how to rebuild it and who to hire? Or do you see the emergency of those who are captured and can't flee? Do you see that our home is quickly dying, thanks to egotism and those that are lying? Can you see that it needs you to help now? So please don't ask when, but ask how. Another reality is possible, it's true. And what it needs is you. Be part of the change that you want to see. Everything can be different, you see. Don't just imagine and wish for. Take action and do more. Act up to your imagination and the chapter of exploitation. But to get there needs us all together. Together it can happen. Uniting together to get there is our strongest weapon. Thank you.
Yes.